please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone can be seated. I would now like to introduce Ms. Gorgon, our high school principal.
Good evening, parents, caregivers, family members, faculty, friends, Board of Education, and most importantly, our graduates. I'm Christy Gorgon, and I've had the absolute honor of serving as principal of Greenville High School for the past 5 years. It is with immense pride and joy that I welcome you to the commencement ceremony for the class of 2026. I found this year's speech particularly difficult to write, so I decided to skip it altogether. Just kidding! Gotcha, guys. As I reflected on what I wanted to say tonight, I kept coming back to my very first year at Greenville. I remember spending time in the cafeteria, watching what was then the 8th grade class, you guys, and thinking, thank God I'm a high school principal. I even remember joking with Mr. Reeve that he needed to whip these kids into shape before sending them to high school. Well, he did his part, mostly. Looking at you now, it is remarkable to think how much you've grown over the past 4 years. You've changed, matured, accomplished so much, and became young adults sitting before us tonight. And somewhere along the way, a few gray hairs started appearing on my head. I'm not saying there's a connection, but I'm not ruling it out either. Whether you attend college to become, or when you attend college to become an administrator, the professors teach you instructional strategies, curriculum, classroom management, and educational theory. What they don't teach you is how to build meaningful relationships with students, or how students end up teaching us in return. Like the boys who attend the heavy equipment program, who taught me more than I ever expected to know about side-by-sides, dirt bikes, and adventures that probably should have never been shared with the principal. Many of you kept me up to date on fashion. I've learned that if somebody tells you that fit is tight, it is a compliment. On the other hand, when I was told I dressed like an athletic director, I'm still not entirely sure if that was a compliment or not. Sorry, Miss Wickham. I've also become the keeper of more family stories and secrets than I have ever imagined. This class definitely had a tendency to overshare. Parents and caregivers, don't worry, your secrets are safe with me. Then there were the conversations with some of my avid readers who often offered book critiques and always had another recommendation to add to my ever-growing TBR list. For those of you unfamiliar with the term, TBR means to be read. Thanks to many of you, my growing list is now longer than I'll probably ever be able to finish. Without question, some of my favorite memories from Greenville have come from building those relationships with the graduates sitting before us tonight. I'll remember the student who borrowed my muck boots, the self-proclaimed man of the people, the girls who shortened my last name to Gorgie, students who fed me the food they made in Ms. Pecklack's food and nutrition class, and the students who should have been in class but would just appear in my office just to say hello. I'll remember cheering you on at games, applauding your performances in the musical, attempting to dress as a twin with one student on twin day until he decided he no longer wanted that job, and then twinning with all of his friends instead. Laughing through your attempts to intentionally get under my skin and watching more TikTok videos of you guys doing dances, cool tricks, or just other nonsense. These are the moments I will carry with me long after tonight. I'm not done, just give me a sec. As much as I enjoy these memories, what I'll miss most isn't the jokes or the hallway conversations. It's watching you become the people you are today. Whew. In just a few minutes, you'll walk across the stage, turn your tassels, and begin the next chapter of your lives. Some of you are heading to college, others to the workforce, some to the military, and others are still trying to figure out what comes next, and that's completely okay. Whatever path you choose, I hope you approach it with curiosity, kindness, and confidence to keep learning. Don't be afraid to ask questions, to make mistakes, or to change directions when your life takes you somewhere unexpected. Some of the best opportunities come from the paths that you never planned to take. Although tonight marks the end of your time at Greenville, it also marks the end of mine. I've been incredibly fortunate that our journeys crossed when they did. Thank you for the laughter, for the conversations, the memories, and for making my final graduating class one that I'll never forget. Congratulations to the class of 2026. It is now my pleasure to introduce the salutatorian of the class, Nicole Chase.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thanks, Ms. Corrigan. Okay. Good evening, friends, family, faculty, staff, and the class of 2026. My name is Nicole Chase, and I'm honored to be speaking to you all today. I'd first like to thank my family, friends, and most importantly, my parents for supporting me up until this moment. I couldn't have made it to this stage reciting you this speech without my parents' continued love, encouragement, and support over the years. But especially my dad, who always told me that I get my smarts because I still have my wisdom teeth, just like him. As many of my fellow graduates could probably attest, our parents lecture us a lot. And some of the times, their years of imparted wisdom don't resonate with us until it's too late. But as I sat down to write this speech, the only thing I could think about was a phrase my mom had repeated to me countless times over the past 13 years, but exponentially in the past few months. At kindergarten orientation, 2026 always seemed so far away. And honestly, the gravity of 2026 approaching didn't hit me until it was too late. It wasn't until I was driving to school one morning when I got stuck behind a school bus. Initially, I was frustrated because all the frequent stopping and going meant I might not have enough time to get Dunkin' that morning. But as soon as I watched a young girl hug her mother tightly goodbye and giddily run onto the bus, I was stopped dead in my tracks. That little girl would be graduating in 10 years, and she had no idea how fast the years would fly by. But hindsight is always 20/20. When last year's seniors warned junior year Nicole to live in the moment because senior year would fly by, she scoffed and said, "No way." And honestly, half of these days have been the biggest drags in my life. But then I blinked and the other half disappeared, and I was listening to my very last bell of my high school career, cursing those seniors for how right they were. So I want you all to remember this. Always plan for the future, but still live in the moment long enough to forget your plan. If we all take a moment right now to look around at our fellow Greenville graduates on the stage, we'll see faces that we've forgotten about, stories of elementary school recess will rush back, and we'll all be together one last time in that moment. That is the importance of living in the moment. Coming together with people who are, in many senses, completely different from yourself. And all of the hardships that we've faced, all the tests that we've failed, and all the moments that we've doubted that today would ever come simply disappear when we live in the right now. Many of us are on completely divergent paths in life and have very little in common with the person sitting next to us. And over the years, as some continued into honors classes and others entered into career and technical schools and others found a happy middle between the two, we forgot that we are all still unified. We are all still the Greenville graduating class of 2026. We all started out with a red door or a yellow or green or blue or purple. And for some who joined Greenville later on, we were all unified by a Spartan day or a strong day during COVID. And we share so many more similarities than we differ. And we quickly forget that as we get wrapped up in the busyness of life and especially the bustle of senior year. So slow down, don't let time pass you by so quickly, and don't let the memories grow dormant. Remember the past, strive for the future, but live in the present. We all share commonalities that bring us together if you relax and take them in. So as I depart from you all today, remember this. Remember the person who you are today. Remember the person who you were yesterday. Think about the person you want to be tomorrow, and slow down to enjoy all of the yous in between. Congratulations, class of 2026, we did it.
Thank you, Nicole. Exactly. Good. Yay, Nicole. Thank you, Nicole. It is now my pleasure to introduce the valedictorian of the class, Julia Reinhardt.
First off, I want to thank Ms. Gorgon, the Board of Education, Mr. Bennett, and the buildings and ground staff. This ceremony wouldn't have been possible without all of your hard work. In the great book and movie, The Lorax, Dr. Seuss said, "A tree falls the way it leans." I think this quote perfectly sums up how we have navigated not only high school, but also our lives up until this point. None of us got here completely on our own. We were shaped by those we chose to surround ourselves with. Whether it was in sports, the art room, or in the truck portion of the student lot, everyone graduating here today has spent the last 4 years figuring out who they want to lean towards. I'd like to share some of those people that shaped my direction. To my brother, Ben. I was always trying to be better than him at anything we did. We were always in competition. I always wanted to be just like him. Well, just a little bit better. But I didn't realize until recently that this wasn't some silly childhood game I was trying to beat him at or following in his footsteps to play soccer. What I played off as sibling competition was my utmost adoration for my older brother and the amazing role he played in my life as he pushed me to be the best version of myself. So, Ben, I owe it to you for being able to stand here today and do this speech, although I will be adding a tally mark to my side of the competition, Mr. Salutatorian. I am forever grateful I had you as a brother to lean towards. To my mom, who taught me to enjoy the little things, a quiet night in, a nostalgic candle, and a good book. She always centered me when I needed it and reminded 8th grade me my algebra regents grade was not going to prevent me from getting into college. To my dad, the model upstanding citizen who started a soccer club for our town so his kids could play and kept it going well after we were gone, who pushed me to shoot for the moon but was always there to catch me when I fell short. I'm so lucky to have you both as parents to lean towards. And looking into the crowd today, I know I'm not alone in this gratitude. To all the parents, guardians, and families here, thank you for supporting us through the awkward middle school phases, only made harder by COVID and online school, the constant asking for a note to leave school early, and for always being a steady presence when we needed it. To Mr. Carl, who taught me how to express my feelings through poetry when I couldn't verbalize them, thank you for teaching me that sometimes a 16-year-old girl can't always solve big problems on her own. I couldn't have made it throughout high school with you to lean towards. I'm so grateful Greenville offers such a staff that so many different students can feel so connected to. To all the educators, thank you for supporting us, believing in us, and creating such a memorable high school experience. To my best friends who have been with me since the beginning, not bad. I'm grateful to have grown up with all of you, from our slime days to nighttime drives to Glenmont for ice cream or Chili's. Thank you for all the belly laughs and irreplaceable memories. I'm glad we chose to lean towards one another. No matter which circle you fell in, high school was defined by these moments, the late nights, the inside jokes, and the friends who made the long days feel just a little easier. I hope everyone in the class here today can look around at their friends and feel a similar gratitude. But, of course, the support didn't stop there. I want to thank all the people who have supported me I may not have explicitly named today, the rest of my family who have been there for every moment, the teachers who would respond to my consistent emailing even long after school hours, and the impactful coaches that made the soccer field a second home to me. And to the entire class of 2026, we are all walking this stage today because we had the right people to lean towards. We've come so far from those 6th graders getting sent home for remote school. We began unsure of our futures, and many of us still might be, but we've grown immensely on the path here. So, as the rest of the quote goes, a tree falls the way it leans. Be careful which way you lean. As we all leave here today, continuing on to college, trade school, or the workforce, you get to choose who you lean towards. So surround yourself with those who push you to be better, support you when you're down, and embody the type of person you wish to be. Whether it's now, in 10 years, or 50 years, you will find your people out there. Thank you, and congratulations to my fellow graduates of the class of 2026. And now it is my great honor to introduce our guest speaker, Ms. Palmer.
Good evening, graduates, families, friends, faculty, and the Greenville community. Tonight, we celebrate the remarkable class of 2026. I'm here tonight because James Evans nominated me, and Mr. Thiela won, but decided to go on vacation. So second place, here I am. I may have been second choice, but this class has been second to none in my 24 years at Greenville. Some examples of how this remarkable class stands out. Having a student eat a blue hall pass, Deacon, after another student, Landon, suspended him, but Landon spelled it suspending. Another thing is when a certain student, Thomas, memorized each page in the graphic novel we were reading that had anything to do with baseball, but he never read a word. This class has Jude, my delicate flower. It has Nikki, one of my daytime sons, and the legendary Dirt Bike David. There was also Trent finding me every 5 weeks for 4 years to make up all his missing work. Megan, you'll get the bill. This class was also the first time that I had a student read a book for a book report. Peter, you know where this is going. Talk to me about it, and then use AI to write the book report, which gave him the wrong character names, and he still handed it in. It's a wonder I don't drink. There are also my book club members, Priscilla, Cadence, Lucas, Julia, Avery, Rachel, Hannah, Kira, and Nicole. I will miss talking smut with you. Baby Lukey picked up all my Dunkin' orders and will be forever my DB. And my freshmen will always hear the Joseph Barnes rule. When Palmer grounds you and you try to explain, talk back, argue, you get grounded 2 more weeks instantly. I am honored to have started your high school career with you. Most of you in English 10, I didn't have you all, and be here for this joyful end. I pledged to you in 9th grade that I didn't just want to make you better readers or better writers, but also better humans. On that front, you have done me proud the past 4 years. Now it is time for you to take the lessons learned here in school and work hard, be responsible, and enjoy life. Graduates, your story is still being written. The pages ahead are blank, and that is not something to fear. It is something to celebrate. Best of luck to each of you, and you know that we at Greenville Central School are always here if you need us. Love, Mama Palmer.
Well done, Mrs. Palmer. Next, it's my pleasure to invite the class president, Julia Reinhardt, back up to the podium to be the first to receive her diploma and then to do the presentation of the class of 2026. Julia.
Nicole Chase. Zoe Deering. Evelyn Corcoran. Molly Gardner. Alana Healy. Hannah Tanner. Kaylin Albano. Avery McEnany. Ava Bryant. Jancy King. Bristol Duncan. Dakota Stacy. Maggie Taby. Nicole Groupie. Caitlin Miller. Cassandra Bratt. Austin Rosenthal. Alexander Platt. Eva Luff. Jorda Catlin. Aubrey Kona. Simone Beaumont. Haley Schmid. Emma Cole. Priscilla Cummings. Irma Bartula. Madison Werner. Cecilia Bucci. Sierra Ransom. Cadence Gallagher. Roma Chapano. And Hayden Purdy. Christian Jones. Michael Cooey. Deacon Brown. Sean Kenna. Colton Quinn. Nicholas Laquari. Daniela Arberg. Catherine Cullen. Annagail McCarta. Ian Ross. John Van Wagnen. Kira Sickles. Nevaeh Sprague. Jesse Calvo. Landon Smigel. Nathan Taylor. Caleb Taylor. Elle Schlegel. Anjali Keenan. David Alverson. Lucas Snyder. Ainsley Burridge. Kristalis Van Alstein. Christian Close. Thomas Van Wagenen. And Brennan Hawkins. Merritt Lemke. Nicholas Heidelmark. Joshua Smedstead. Franklin Hostash. James Evans. Jesse James Bro. Peter LaQuarrie IV. Trenton Baker. Jacob Roth.
Mama, I did it! I did it, Mama!
Lucas Russell. Alexander Cotter. Seth Sprague. Alexander Wicks. Austin McDonald. Trevor Flenstead. Jacob Ballard. Kevin Durney. Jacob Caprio. Raymond Escalera. Zachary Johnstone. Ryan Gates. Sebastian Bryant. Joseph Barnes. Jude Aloisi. Carl Houlihan. Carter Wolf. Rachel DeMonico. And Morgan Crawley.
Could you all please stand for the playing and the singing of our alma mater? It is now my pleasure to introduce the class of 2026. Class, you may move your tassels from the right side of your cap to your left.